Hi guys, it's Nancy, and I got a lot of questions when using the Gina K Fuse foiling gel. What is the difference between the Deco foil ThermoWeb transfer gel duo? So first of all, these are both manufactured by ThermoWeb, and there is going to be a difference between the two. This is sold out. So you'll have to wait for it to come back in stock. But in the meantime, if you have the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo, you can use it. It's going to give you the same results, but they are different products. So I'm going to show you what the difference is. The Transfer Gel Duo is a tacky product. It's going to remain sticky, and it even tells you that it is a dries, clear, stays tacky product. This product is great if you want to do mixed media and you want to burnish the foil on. For instance, you want to use it on furniture. You don't necessarily have to use it with stencils, but you can get this from Gina K. You can get it from ThermoWeb. I will link it down below for you. But you can also use it in place of the foiling gel. So I have already stenciled the new Modern Hydrangea, and I used it with layer 1 was powder blue, layer 2 was blue raspberry, and then for the stems and leaves I used fresh asparagus. Okay, now for comparison, really where you're going to notice the difference is when it dries. So the Gina K Fuse foiling gel dries completely dry, and it's not tacky, so you don't have to foil this product. You can add glitter to this product. You can just use it as a glaze. You can use it as just a dimensional product, so it dries glossy. You can add glitter and just use it as a dimensional glaze, add glitter to it, or not even foil it at all. So you do not have to foil this product. It is not tacky. It is completely glossy and smooth, and you can put this aside and say, I don't want to foil it right now. I'll come back to it later and foil it. Okay, so that is the difference with this product. However, if you decide you do want to foil it, you must add heat. So you do need to use either your fuse, your laminator, or your minc machine if you are going to add heat to it. And I do recommend using a setting of 3 with your machine. Okay, so I foiled this a week ago, or sorry, I added the gel a week ago. I have not foiled it yet, but it is not tacky. It is not sticky. And I would say, you know, drying time for me, I think it was like 2 hours is what I said. So depending on the humidity of where you live, it is very rainy and snowy right now here in Pennsylvania. So depending on where the humidity of where you live, it might dry faster, it might dry slower, okay? But it is not it is not sticky, it is not tacky. I don't need to worry about putting this down. Now, as I was drying it, I forgot that it was on my desk, and I think I did put like a little plastic bag on it, and it may have lifted some of it as it was drying, which we'll see when we go to foil it. But the original one that I did was with the Shimmering Roses, and you can see that it is dimensional, shiny, beautiful. I couldn't have asked for a better result the first time I did it. But again, it's super shiny, it's smooth, it's beautiful, wonderful product. But you do not have to foil it. You can, like I said, you could add glitter to this or embossing powder to it. And you can just use it as a dimensional glaze, and you can see how pretty it is, and leave it, and you don't have to foil it, okay? It's not going to be that case with the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo. This was designed to stay tacky, and for those of you who do not have a foiling machine, you can burnish the foil on this without using heat. So I've already done the stenciling part of this, and now we are going to add the gel. And to do that, again, because this is a 2-part layer, you want to add this to the topmost layer of the stencil. So we're going to add this to layer number 2. So because we don't want to add this to layer number 1, or when we do foil it, it's going to cover that up. So we are going to line our stencil up as best as we can here. And I'm going to add some pixie tape to hold it down. And you'll notice that I did take some press and seal and I press it down into my jar, covering it so there is no air bubbles. And then I put my lid on. So I don't have any, I don't want to dry out this product. And this will literally last you years. You're not going to go through a jar. It's going to last you years and years and years, okay? And this is a brand new jar I just opened, but it literally will last you years and years and years, okay? So when you use this, same thing, you want to just apply a very thin coat and go in one direction. You don't want to go up and down, back and forth. You want to use a very thin coat. Be very smooth with it. You don't want any open areas. Obviously, if you have to go back and forth to fill, you can, but you try to be very minimal with how much you're moving it around. And you want to be very smooth. If you have any lines, you want to smooth those lines out. And you do want to clean your stencil as quickly as possible. Do not let this dry on your stencil. It is very sticky. And we want a very smooth coat of this. And I'm going to grab a little bit more. And same thing, it's going to take a couple of hours. Again, my personal preference is to let it dry as long as you can, but it will take a couple of hours. And this is going to dry tacky. You can see some of that ink is kind of pulling up there. It is going to dry tacky. This is not going to dry smooth like the Gina K foiling gel. Okay, you're going to put any excess back in the jar. Take your saran wrap or press and seal. Push it into the jar, eliminating any air bubbles. And put your lid back on. Okay, now I'm going to go clean my stencil. There's going to be hills and valleys. It's not going to be super smooth unless you keep putting the paste in. I'm not really worried about that, but I'm going to clean my stencil and I'm going to let this dry for a couple of hours at a minimum. But when you come back, you want it to be clear. You do not want it to be milky, and at least a couple of hours, if not overnight. And we're going to come back and I'm going to show you what they both look like dry. This one is already dry to the touch. It's not going to ever be tacky, but this one will be tacky. And the major difference is this one does require heat. Okay, so this Gina K Fuse Foiling Gel does require heat, and the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo does not require heat. So you can use this one with or without heat. You can use your fuse machine, or you can burnish the foil on using the foil. It will be tacky, and you can just use a burnishing tool. You can use your finger. You can use whatever you want. But best results are to use the heat. So we're going to let this dry, and we're going to come back and finish the video doing the foiling, and you'll see the difference. But right now I definitely need to go clean these tools off with some soapy hot water. So we'll see you when this is dry, and we'll come back and finish the video. Okay guys, it's been about 2 hours, and again we are comparing the Gina K Fuse Foiling Gel to the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo. Both of these are created by ThermoWeb, and the biggest difference is that the Gina K Fuse Foiling Gel dries. It is not tacky. It leaves a beautiful glaze. You can use it with you have to use it with heat if you want to foil it, but you do not have to foil it. You can see that it is beautiful. It is shiny. You could add a little bit of glitter to this, and you can leave it just like this. It leaves this beautiful shiny glaze, and I don't have to foil this right now. I can walk away, leave this alone, and come back a month from now and foil this. Okay, it looks beautiful just like this. However, that is not the case for the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo, okay? It says two-way use with heat or no heat, okay? So what the major difference here is that this is going to remain tacky. You can feel it kind of has like a rubbery feel to it. It is completely dry. It will always have this slightly tacky feel to it. And that is because you can use it as almost a mixed media. So if those of you guys who want to foil on fabric, if you want to foil on you know, your shoes, your bags, your furniture, anything that you cannot apply heat to, that's where you want to use this product. Maybe you don't have a foiling machine. Maybe you have odds and end pieces. That's where you want to use this product. You can now take this product, and with the Gina K Fuse foiling gel, it is designed to be used in your fuse machine. So I can take all of the colors of beautiful foil that I have, and because we have purple here, we are going to grab our new purple foil. And you want to fully cover the design. And again, you want to make sure you are using toner foil. Do not mix up your foils. Completely cover your image. And it doesn't matter, you know, if I rub this or touch it, it's not going to stick unless I apply heat. So I am using craft and carrier sheets here because I want to make sure that if anything is not completely dry or if it oozes out, it's not going to stick to these craft and carrier sheets, which are basically like parchment paper. Instead of my carrier sheets that come with the machine, I have my fuse machine on setting 3. But we have to apply heat here. Okay, so we're going to feed that through. And I'm holding it and making sure that it comes out the other side before I let go. Okay, now for the Duo Gel, we don't have to add heat. I can literally, I think I have 2 pieces of foil here that are stuck together. Well, we're going to find out. I can literally take the foil and I can start to burnish this down, and you can already see that it's starting to stick to my image. And I can run this through my Intri-cut machine, and I can burnish it with my finger. I can burnish it with a bone folder. I can run it through the Intri-cut machine, which is what I'm going to end up doing here. So let me move my fuse machine out of the way. I have this, I think I have it on die cutting. You're basically just going to put this through, and you want to add, let me see if I have my embossing mat. may need to lower. Oh, that should be okay. Might need to lower it just to give it a little bit more pressure here. We'll see. Yeah, I had it on die cutting. No, I think that was okay. We'll see here. But all we're doing is just running it through and giving it some pressure. And that's all you're doing is just pushing the foil into the gel. And that's all you're doing is just burnishing it in there. And what's going to happen is that gel is just going to stick to the foil. And the foil is going to release from this top layer, which is just a clear layer. And it's going to take the foil, and the foil is going to stick. And you can see that that is all that it's going to do. And this foil is very close to the color of the actual ink. And that is the difference, is the Duo Gel does not require heat. That is the main difference between the two, is the Duo Gel is tacky. And you really do want to apply the foil once it's dry, where the Fuse foil gel is not tacky and it does require heat. So one does not require heat and one does require heat. That is the main difference between the two. There you go. So you just decide which one you want to work with. And like I said, the Fuse gel is nice because you don't have to foil it right now. You can put it aside. You can just use it as a clear glaze. Maybe add a little bit of glitter to it. Foil it later on down the road. And the Duo Gel also serves a purpose where maybe you don't want to add heat. You can just use your die cutting machine. And you can add your foil just through pressure. And it remains tacky until you add the foil. And then once the foil is added, it's not tacky anymore. The foil covers up that tackiness. And if you have some mixed media projects around the house and you want to add that foil, like to a piece of furniture or some bags or shoes or something like that, you can add the foil that way. So there you go. That is the main difference between the two, is the Fuse foiling gel. It can be used as just a clear overglaze, and you have to use heat with that one. And the Duo Gel does not require heat. So they both have their advantages. I have both in my supply, and they are both created by ThermoWeb. So you can get them both from Deco Foil, ThermoWeb, Scrapbook.com, Gina K. I will put the links down below. And you decide, depending on the project that you are working on, which one you want to use at that time. So hopefully that answers the questions you guys have had. And have fun foiling. If you have any other questions, post them down below. But they both get applied the same way. They both get cleaned up the same way. It's just a different way of applying them, with heat, without heat. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you would like more information on foiling, I have a toner foiling video. I have hot foiling video playlist. And join my Facebook group, the Foiling Snobs Club. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.